All right, let me just get this out of the way right at the beginning. I'm impressed. I really am. Um, this was loaned in from my buddy Dave, and this is the Finch model 1934. And it comes in a hard cardboard box. And here is the model number and specific part number if you are interested. And it comes with, stickers, and there's some other stickers here in the box. And Finch sends a Band-Aid just in case. Fortunately, I did not need to use the Band-Aid. Not yet, so we'll see. This is one where you really don't want to judge a book by its cover. And when I first got it, and I saw some pictures of Dave, he sent me some pictures and said, hey, do you want to check it out? I was like, sure. I didn't think much of it. I didn't think negative or positive. I like to see all the knives. And quite frankly, pumping out a video a day is a lot of work. And it takes a lot to get enough knives to do that, really. So I'm pretty open to anything anybody wants to send in. So I had no expectations one way or another on this knife. It's kind of buck 110-ish looking from the cover, and we won't judge it by its cover, if you will. But then you'll notice on the backside, well, there's a clip and a bolster / frame lock and a flipper tab. And you're like, okay. So we got burlwood, and we have a really nice flipping action. I was quite surprised by. And just a great, very smooth overall, nice controlled close. Runs on bearings. It is a little small for me, and it's got some fingerprints on it because I neglected to wipe it down right before I hit record. But I love the blade. Like, it's just a very cool blade shape for me. I really like the blade. I think I'm evolving into not necessarily liking small knives, but appreciating them and being fonder of them. So this is 154 cm blade steel, if it would focus. Sometimes I need to just zoom in a little bit for it to catch. Very nice finish. The nail nick obviously is not necessary, but it is kind of just a nod to the buck 110, I guess. Now this was designed, and it's called the model 1934, for the Smoky Mountain National Park, which was founded or opened on June 15th of 1934. So they did this in honor of that. And it comes in a couple of different scales. There is this burlwood. There is a jade micarta. And I think there was one other one too. I don't remember now off the top of my head. But you can see it is 154 cm. It has a bolster lock. I mean, it's a frame lock with the inset bolsters, or inset scales. So you could almost call it a bolster lock. The bolster lock frame lock thing that's a whole different video on the definition and the differences. And a very nicely 3D milled pocket clip that works very well. All in all, I like it. I don't really love the Finch logo on here the way it is. It is raised a little bit. I don't know if that's embossed in, like recessed in. It must be, but it almost looks like a sticker. So I just don't know. I mean, I would prefer it not to be there if it were me. Okay. Again, a lot of the stuff that I am telling you is just how I feel about a knife in those types of regards, and even the action. everybody likes a different type of action. Some people like the drop sheddiness. Some people like the very controlled where you can't really shake it closed. So everybody has a different preference. And all I can do is give you my preference on those types of things. I can give you the specifics on the fact that it's 4 inches closed. It is 7 1/16 inch overall. The blade is 3.13 from the edge of the scale to the tip. The cutting edge, is 2.83. Behind the edge is 0.017. The blade thickness is 0.110. The blade steel, as I mentioned before, 154 cm. Overall thickness is 0.484. Weighs in at 3.9 ounces and does run on bearings. Now, these are designed here in the United States and made somewhere overseas in China. Again, I have no problem with that. And quite frankly, I did not spend the time to look up and see where Finch makes theirs. I, quite frankly, don't care. Whatever. But all in all, I really kind of dig it. And I didn't think I was going to. And I really kind of had him send it to me. Not because I was excited to see it, but because I wasn't opposed to seeing it, if that makes sense. So it's basically the same size as the Spyderco Delica. Would I carry the Finch? I like the Finch way better than the Delica, just from an aesthetics perspective. Now, I don't think I mentioned this is $145. The Delicas, the brand new ones right now in S30V, are in that same price range, $125, $135. So they're very comparable. I prefer a flipper and a frame lock versus a thumb hole and a lockback. The lockback is not my preferred carry. So over the Finch or the Delica, I would take the Finch. Here it is next to the Kubi KB237. Still one of my favorite budget affordable knives in that $50, $60 range. But it is D2 and G10. So, yeah, you're going to get what you get at those price ranges. But in the 150-ish range, I think this is pretty phenomenal, honestly. If they made a XL version, maybe, would be more up my alley. I don't know that I would rush out and buy one just because it's not really my style with the wood. It's not, it's not like I'm going to rush out and buy one, but if it's your style, I think this is a really good option. My negative thing is just the logo there. It, to me, looks out of place, but that's okay. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I do greatly appreciate it. Have yourselves a fantastic day.